Hey there, just a quick message before you tune into the next episode. This is B. Wendy Jackson. Just a couple of changes. If you're interested in my books, I have two resources available on Amazon. You can search for me for the books at B. Wendy Bob. Two books will come up. They are amazing. They will help you experience hope and healing. And then there's an Empower to Empower You podcast, workbook or reflection workbook based on the podcast. As you listen to certain episodes, you can engage in deeper reflection. I really hope that those resources are going to add value to your lives, and I know that they will. If you're interested in services or how to connect with me, you can visit my new website. I have a new website, y'all. Oh my gosh. You can visit the new website, Against All Odds, P as in Paul, C as in Charlie, S as in Snake.com. Against All Odds, PCS.com. There you can subscribe to the newsletter. And you can also visit visit the website to learn how you can be a guest on the podcast, learn about the services that we have to offer, and many more. If you want to email me, you can email me at hello at against all odds. That's AGAIN as in Nancy, S as in Sam, TALLOD as in dog, D as in dog, S as in Sam, P as in Paul, C as in Charlie, S as in Sam or Snake.com. Hello at against all odds, PCS.com. Or you can email me at bwendyjacksonlcsw at outlook.com. See you later. Talk to you soon. Stay empowered. Enjoy the next episode. Hello, everyone. This is your lovely host of the Empower to Empower You podcast, B. Wendy Jackson. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so thankful that you decided to tune in to the podcast. If you have been tracking with me, following with me, tuning in since January 2020, I want to thank you so much for those of you who have supported the podcast. Either you have shared, downloaded, subscribed, as well as reviewed. If you have not reviewed, I want to encourage you to do that. This will allow more people to find the podcast. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, I just want to welcome you so much for joining in. Empower to Empower You podcast is about all things Jesus Christ, mental health, anything to help you become the better version of yourself. You will find that each podcast episode is filled with information, insight, and inspiration. I am so excited I get to have this conversation with a lovely guest today. I love to have guests, y'all. So today I have one of my, I don't know what, she's like a mentor. She is just amazing. Her name is Amanda Avery. She has a lot of names behind, a lot of titles, but today Amanda, I'm going to introduce her to you as such. She is the owner of A Plus Media with dual roles. She really has dual roles. She's an editor-in-chief of the Bluff City magazine and the web designer of A Plus Web Solutions. And Amanda loves to help entrepreneurs gain visibility and brand awareness through her high-quality print and digital magazine and her robust website business platform. And I am a client of this robust website business platform. She's really great at advertising and websites, and she believes that those are great ways to bring awareness to you and your brand. So today we're going to talk with Amanda about the big picture of entrepreneurship. Hey Amanda, welcome to the podcast today.
Hello there, Big Wendy. Thank you for the invite. Thank you for allowing me to just share on your podcast with entrepreneurs, which I'm such an advocate and I love them because we're so essential, to
Yes.
the economy, so essential to the world. So thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure. I want to start, a lot of people are probably working on goals and vision boards and things like that. But this year, I have been really fascinated with asking people about their word for the year. Do you have a word? What is your
I
word?
do. It's simple, but I think it's very impactful. My word for the year is focus.
Say it again.
Focus.
Focus.
FOCUS. Focus.
I love it. I
Mhm.
love it. I love that. So let's kind of segue into what did you learn? Because I'm sure there's a story to this word, but what
Absolutely.
did you learn about entrepreneurship in 2023 for you?
I learned that if you don't achieve goals unless you are focused. And that's
Mm,
why I'm using that word for 2024 to be a stronger entrepreneur. And I think for me, I need to focus more, especially if you are a serial entrepreneur. You wear so many hats, you do so many things,
mhm,
but you can't be all things to all people. But if you focus on what you can be to those people, I
mhm,
think that you could have a better, sturdier foundation and you can help more people um long term if you're
mhm,
focused. So my
mhm,
word for the year is 2024 because I learned in 2023, although I did some great things, I wasn't focused enough
mhm.
to keep things organized or keep things, in a great planning strategy.
Yeah,
Focus
yeah.
is the word. I wasn't focused enough. So I want to encourage other people, if you are a senior entrepreneur, get down, buckle down, and focus. Focus on your goals.
Mhm,
Focus on how you can really serve.
mhm. That's good. That's good. I'm curious because there's so many people that struggle with focusing. What do you think are some things that get in the way of us focusing?
Well, most entrepreneurs to me have ADHD. I think it's because as soon as we have an idea, before we can get that idea off the ground, another idea pops into our
Yeah,
brain, and we want to
yeah.
start working on that. And of course, I have that bad.
Mhm,
Um, and so I learned that when you focus on creating systems, processes, and procedures, then
mhm,
you can still do some of those other things. But you have to have a system in place to handle your current
mhm.
visions, your current goals.
Yes.
And I learned that in 2023, you can't do everything by yourself.
Yeah, that's so good. That's so good.
Mhm.
So a few things. I mean, look at you. You're already giving us gems. We're only in the first few minutes of our conversation. I just love that. Focus. Number one, you have to have systems and processes in place. Number two, you have to be able to ask for help or delegate or outsource to what you need is what I'm hearing you say.
Yes,
That's
yes.
good. That's
Most
good.
people outsource to me, but
Yes.
I have to also have help so I can better serve my clients. And
Right.
I think one of the things entrepreneurs, we do this, we're not thinking. When we first start being an entrepreneur, we wear all the hats and we do everything ourselves. We're
Yes.
trying to send out invoices, we're trying to do the work, um, quality control,
Mhm.
bookkeeping, so many things, graphic design, do our own website because we're trying to save money.
Right.
But time actually equals money. So when you do
Yes.
all those things yourself, you're not really saving money. You
Mhm.
may be saving money by not spending out of your pocket to someone else, but overall, your business is losing because you're doing all those roles yourself versus outsourcing those.
That's so good. That's so good. So one of the things that has come up a lot is a buzzword that we've heard about is imposter syndrome. Let's talk about that. What do you know that to mean?
It means that even though you know that you're great, you know that you are such a dope creative, you know
Mm,
that you are just a incredible entrepreneur, but still that little seed of doubt is in you saying you're really not. There's
yeah.
something that's
Yeah.
holding you back from being the great entrepreneur that you can be. And you start to have imposter syndrome. You start looking at other people who you say,
Mhm.
now I know my content, I know that my service is better than theirs, but they're so more farther advanced than I am. They've scaled their business and I'm still A and they're at F or whatever, your comparison stage is. But deep down, you have that doubt where, you know what, I probably can't do that. I'm just not gonna be able to go there.
Mhm.
And that's imposter syndrome. You know that you're great.
Yep.
Something is holding you back from stepping
Yep.
into greatness.
Yeah, which is another thing that affects our focus because when I think about the word and even the definition of imposter syndrome indicates that you believe that you are a fraud, that you don't measure up, even if you have the expertise, the experience, the education, you believe that you are a fraud.
Yes.
Is a lot of people are stuck in that cycle because they are comparing themselves to other people. And so how does this hinder, how have you seen this hinders so many entrepreneurs and even leaders?
Well, it hinders you because you don't focus. So, and
Mm.
I compare it to putting on blinders. I compare it to when a horse is racing another horse. You
Mhm.
have to look straight ahead. As soon as you take your eyes off, look at the other person who's beside you, seeing if they're gaining up on you, then you start to lose focus, and then you're gonna go back a few steps. So you
Right.
really have to have on blinders, just like horses are in a race. Put those
Yes.
blinders on and focus what's in front of you and not
Mhm.
on the side.
Yeah, be in your lane and
Yeah.
focus on what you can do and what you do well and do
Yes.
that well. Like
Hmm.
I think when I hear you say that, I'm hearing just be a good steward. Be a good steward of what you've been given, your assignment, your gifts, your talents, in this season, because it could
Hmm.
change next season for sure.
Yes.
So, what would you say to somebody? I know that you mentioned that you that's one of your passions, that you intend to reach aspiring entrepreneurs who struggle with imposter syndrome or fulfilling their entrepreneurial purpose. I love that. Like that's what you aspire to do.
Hmm.
You are the person that's advocating, that's trying to empower, that's trying to equip, that's trying to help these people. So what would you say to leaders, aspiring entrepreneurs who know there's something more? There's an assignment, but they're struggling with this. They're stuck in it.
The first thing I would suggest is be willing to be open to someone coming in and auditing or giving constructive criticism. I think that's another thing that hinders entrepreneurs. We don't want people to tell us that what our craft and passion is, it needs some work.
Hmm.
And
Mm.
I think that's where we stumble. Even if I feel that I'm a great graphic designer, but someone else who's been in the game long can say, Amanda, you know what? You do really great work, but here is a suggestion to kind of help the homepage. Here's a suggestion that you can add on to your next project. Sometimes, just because we can really cook at home, does not mean we can go out and be a caterer. We
Right.
have to have people that tell us, hey, if you want to do this, then you're going to have to do X, Y, Z. Not that you can't do it. Be willing to be open and ask for assistance. Ask for someone, hey, you've been in business a long time.
Mhm.
I have an idea to do this. What do you suggest? And if
That's good.
someone that's in the business of entrepreneurship, mentorship, give you those gems, some tips, be willing to execute.
That's
Don't
good.
take the information and say, well, yeah, I know what she said, but I'm going to do
Yeah.
things another way.
Yeah, yeah. That
Mhm.
keeps us from working in the silos too. Being willing to accept critical feedback
Yeah,
is a part of growth. It's essential, right? It's
it
essential
is.
for growth.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
That's good. Good. So Amanda, you are an amazing resource to leaders and entrepreneurs because of what you do. I will really want you to take some time to share how you serve in this way. You have A plus media solutions, A plus web media solutions, and then you have online Bluff City Magazine. I'm sure there's many other things, but take a moment to just explain that.
Yes. So actually, my parent company is A Plus Media. And
A
what
plus
I'm
media.
striving to do is bring all of my aspirations underneath that one umbrella to be full service to all entrepreneurs. But I did start out with Love City Magazine, which is a magazine of dope creatives, people that I'm interviewing, just as you are, um, in Memphis, who mainstream media may not take the time to share their story.
Yes.
So little old me wants to do that. I want to make sure people who can get their flowers while they live, so to speak. they're doing amazing things. They're helping people, serving, such a great resource for the city. I want to make sure they're spotlighted and showcased. So
Mhm.
I created Bluff City Magazine to do just that.
Nice, nice.
Hmm? I've also
Ah,
partnered, I've also partnered with several contributing writers from different facets to kind of use their column to share their expertise. So
mhm.
we have it's very diverse. We have very creative, aspiring articles, interviews, advertisements. So just a one-stop shop for entrepreneurs to be showcased in such a positive and high quality fashion.
I love it. Bluff City Magazine is not just accessible in Memphis. Talk about the reach of this magazine.
Yes, yes. We have many customers who purchase the magazine, so we mail it out to them every issue. Someone has reached out to me to partner in Atlanta, Georgia, for their authors. So it's always been my vision to make Bluff City Magazine a household name, just as Essence, is, and
Yeah,
was. So I aspire to do that. We're not necessarily an African American publication, but I want to make sure that the platform is available that all ethnicities can get the exposure that they need.
good deal. And how can people access the magazine?
Yeah, so we're online at bluffcitymagazine.com. We have an online issue. We have several stands in Memphis, Tennessee that you can pick up a physical issue. I really believe that print is not dead, even though that is a myth. Print is dead, but there is nothing like picking up a high quality magazine. When I go to the doctor's office and I'm waiting to be called, the first thing I do is pick up a magazine.
Yes,
it's
yes.
yeah, it's still necessary. If I'm at a restaurant, I'm heading out, and there's a magazine stand at the door, I pick up a magazine. So it's just one of those things where you want to see what's trending, what's going on, and a
Hmm.
magazine is a great way to read the happenings. Read,
Hmm.
let me see. What's an aspiring entrepreneur doing in this magazine. So, the cover story shows who's in there. The cover feature, I'm sorry, the cover artwork shows who's inside the magazine, spotlight feature. So yes, Bluff City Magazine is doing some great things.
I love it. And entrepreneurs can reach out to you about having an ad in the magazine as well.
Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes. We have
yeah.
very affordable advertisement spaces. Just the fourth page is only 150. So that's a really good way to just get started with advertising. And what people don't know is it takes a person 7 times to see your business in different platforms before they make a buying decision. That's
Mm,
the reason why corporations know the power behind advertising. That's one of the highest line item budgets in their marketing budget is advertising because they know people see and buy with their eyes.
yes, that's true. That's true.
Mhm.
Yeah, talk about A plus web because there's a lot of services that you offer that
Yeah.
I'm still finding out about.
Yeah, so A Plus Web Solution is an all-in-one web solution platform for creatives and entrepreneurs. And I think the reason why I created that is from my own personal story. I remember when I first started wanting to have my own website. Again, I didn't have the budget to pay someone, so I thought I could do it myself. I went to GoDaddy, went to Wix, went to Squarespace, all these other platforms that's out there. And even though I feel like I'm tech savvy, I still didn't get it.
Mm,
If a tech savvy person can't still maneuver, and this, of course, was years ago, I'm pretty sure things have been improved since then. I knew then that I had to seek out if I'm enduring this, then someone else who needs a website may have the same issue. And that's one of the things I also want to add to being an entrepreneur. We find solutions. That's how you know you're ready to make money. If there is a problem,
yes.
entrepreneurs should find the solution. Okay. If it's not a solution, then, what are you doing? So it is our duty to find solutions for our customers. So my thing was to seek out a platform that even a novice person could actually do if they had the time. Now, we do
Mm,
have a design service as well, but I also want to make sure if they wanted to do the DIY option, that it would be easy.
mm. I want you to share a little bit more. You're holding out. You're holding out. Amanda was able to be to design, not even just design, she was able to make me a whole new website. And it is aesthetically beautiful, beyond my imaginations, beyond what I could have even formulate words to say how I want the website. Like she just took focusing on my personality, focusing on what I do, and just created way beyond my imagination. There's a lot that you offer. So you offer print, you offer graphic design. Talk a little bit about that. I know people can connect with you and learn more about that, but
Yes, yes.
brag on yourself a little bit.
Well, I tell you what, I'm not a bragger, so
I know, I
so
know.
I'm answering these questions the best way I know how. Well, you know what? I started out as an administrative agency in 2001,
Yeah.
2001, 2002, I think it was. And my focus there, I saw so many entrepreneurs at the time needed services. They needed a business card design, they needed a brochure design, they needed church programs. So I was in print and graphic design 27, 25 years ago. Okay.
Wow.
But I did not know the components of running a business.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
knew what I could do as far as my craft, but there is so many things that you have to learn to run a business. And of
Right.
course, experience is the best teacher, so I won't go into all of that, but I had to learn, what is marketing? What is strategic planning? How do I plan to take what I know and make it purchasable from a customer's standpoint? Okay, yeah, you can go to Vistaprint and you can design your own business card. You can go to A Plus Media. You can do all of that. But if you say, I'm going to have a budget, X amount of dollars, to get someone who can take my passion, take who I am as a person, and bring it to life on print products, then that's the best way to go. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
understand that then. All I knew was I was an entrepreneur just offering services. But now I understand that when you offer a service, you're
Mm-hmm.
offering something that's going to help the client in their journey, not just providing the service, but
Yeah.
you want to look at what their goals are. So now when I'm talking to a client and they want me to do something, I don't just say, hey, let me just quote you a price. No, I need to get to know you.
Yeah.
We're
That's
going to
good.
set up a Zoom. Let me talk to you. Let
Mhm.
me see what your goals are. I want to be able to live vicariously through you into
Mhm.
your products.
Yeah.
That's how I knew then that I felt I was special, because I didn't think about that early on, but to grow my business and grow my craft, I had
Yeah.
to really talk to my client, get to know them. So I have a long client I have a guy who's been my client for 20 years. And right now, if he calls me, he can actually text me and tell me what he wants. And I know exactly how to create it. It doesn't matter what it is, because I've worked with him long enough. I know his
Yeah.
business just as much as I know my business. So that's a
Hmm.
good thing to know. When you're creating a service, providing a service, you have to get to know
Yeah.
your client.
I
Yeah.
like that. It's not just transactional, it's
Yeah.
transformational.
Yes. So
I love
when
that.
I create businesses, because I am a serial entrepreneur, I'm creating something where I know that the client needs, but also impactful, if that makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah, you
it
need a
does.
website, but what type of website do you really need? Do you
Yeah.
need a website that's just to stick up there and let people know that you have an online presence? Or do you need a website when somebody comes to your website, you're gonna grab them right there. They're
Yeah.
gonna say, oh my God, I need to book her like right now. So when they
Yeah.
go to against all odds, they're saying, oh my God,
Yes.
I love her website. I love what she does. I love what she's saying. I need to book.
Yes.
That's what I've learned in entrepreneurship. I didn't do that at first.
I love that.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating is that you started both businesses with no formal experience. That's amazing. That's anointing. That's what that is. Some people are just anointed and gifted to do certain things. That is amazing. So, what would you say to people that are creatives, that are not walking in that creativity? Either because they're not focused, either because they are struggling with imposter syndrome, either because they, whatever, just lifing,
Mhm.
what would you say to those?
Take the step, take the
Yeah,
leap. Um, you do not know what's going to work until you actually get out there and do it. And
yeah.
I think that's another one of our hindrances. We don't, I'm guilty of this. I want to have everything perfect before I launch. You would
Mm,
never get to a perfect stage in your business to launch. There's
yeah.
always something that can be tweaked. So what I'm
Hmm.
learning now is get it to where it's launchable. And then as time go on, tweak it.
Yes,
You have
yes.
to take that step. Do you know how many business ideas that I have not launched, but they're on paper? Uh,
Wow.
they've been written out. I've had stage one, stage two, but I didn't take the leap because I'm waiting
Mm,
for that perfect moment. I'm waiting for the perfect strategy. I'm waiting for, the perfect resource to come about so I can do that. So take the step. That's what I've learned in 2023. I'm taking the step in 2024. I'm launching everything that comes in my mind. I'm launching it. Now I'm telling you this. The funny thing is, I have a vision board. What's a whiteboard? And I have future projects that's been on that board since 2021.
wow.
Future projects that visions from God has he planted this in my mind, and started working on it. But as you said, lives, things
Hmm.
happen.
Hmm.
Financially, you may not be able to do it,
Hmm.
but I'm going to tell you another secret that I've learned: improvise.
Yes.
Improvise. When I first started A Plus Web Solutions, I didn't have my own platform at the time. I just kind of used like, content management system, and I started designing from there. So I didn't have
Mhm.
my own platform, but I was able to start designing different websites. And then I said, wait a minute, Amanda. If you're designing websites, then why don't you have your own platform?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that
Wow.
came into existence because I was already doing the work.
Yeah. What,
Hmm.
real quick, just two last questions before we land this, before we end this. But for somebody that's listening to you and they're saying, I hear you, Amanda, but I'm not that creative. What do you say to the people that believe, and I'm guilty of that. I used to say this and I probably sometimes still say it, but then I had to be reminded that I creator. Like he is creative and he created me, right? So their creativity looks different for everybody, right? So what
Hmm.
would you say to somebody that might say, yeah, I want to do something, but I don't think I'm that creative. What would you say to that person?
Well, the first thing is you don't have to be an entrepreneur in the creative sense. You could be an
Yeah,
entrepreneur just from a hobby that you have. You could be an
yeah,
entrepreneur taking something that's broken and you fix it. That's the
yes,
difference. Yes, everybody is not creative, but some people
right.
are talented in some areas than they are in others.
It's
Uh,
true.
so, for
Hmm.
example, let's just say you can't do anything design wise, okay? But you can, you're great at writing, you're great at editing articles, you're great at something like that. You can start a business by being a copy editor.
Yeah,
So you don't
yeah,
have to necessarily be creative to be an entrepreneur, but you can have to have something or something that somebody else needs that's
yeah.
willing to pay for.
I love it. I
Mhm.
love it. So I love that you said take the step, improvise, I also heard you say that one of the things that sets entrepreneurs apart is that we find a solution to the problem. And I want to add to that, we also become the solution.
Yes,
We
become
recognize
the
that we
solution.
have the solution.
Hmm.
Yes, we have the solution to the problem when we do it. So
Hmm.
I absolutely love that. Well, finally, Amanda, how can people connect with you? How can they find you? Where can they find you?
I am more visible on Facebook. That's my community. Amanda Avery. I do have Bluff City Magazine has Instagram and Facebook. A Plus Web Solution has a Facebook page as well. Uh, but yes, they can call Bluff City Magazine number at 901-567-7699. And that is pretty much it. I'm aspiring to be a full service solution for entrepreneurs, no matter what you need. Yeah.
Yes, I love it. Well, Amanda, I am so excited to just have this conversation with you, and I'm excited to see what else comes next. Is there anything that didn't ask you that you feel like you just really want to share?
No, but I just want to close out by saying take the leap.
Yeah, yeah.
And I often think about launching to the deep. When you're fishing, you may sit there all day and not get anything, but be patient. But you won't know unless you go out there to fish. You don't know if you're going to catch anything unless you go out there to fish. So
Yeah,
I just want to encourage entrepreneurs who thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, someone just saying, hey, I really want to have my own business, do my own thing. You can. Think
yes.
about what you like to do. Think about what you enjoy doing. Think about your passion. Are you
Mhm,
good at something at church? You
mhm,
know, you don't know where your help is going to come from. So take the
mhm.
leap, write down some things that you aspire to do, uh, put that in an outline and say, hey, okay, well, what's next? What's step one? I enjoy doing this. Then what do I do? And there are so many mentors available at your church, resource center, go to your local chamber. Help is available.
I
It's
love
out
it.
there. Just take the leap.
Take the leap. I love it. Wow. I thank you so much, Amanda, for these words of wisdom. Y'all connect with Amanda Avery, Bluff City Magazine. Did you say a website by any chance? Do you have a website by
Bluff
any chance?
City, yes, bluffcitymagazine.com, a plus websolutions.com.
Beautiful. Awesome. I want you to connect with Amanda so that you can continue to be mentored by her and see what she's doing and connect with her to learn more, as well as entrepreneurs. Hey, she aspires to provide all of the solutions. She's a one place stop for all entrepreneurs, regardless of what the need is. This is B. Wendy Jackson. I'm so excited that you got a chance to tune into this episode. I'll be back next time with another empowering, encouraging message. Have a good day for I'm blessed. Have a good day for now.